Welcome back to All 32. This is your host Jamal. I hope you guys enjoyed the draft that happened past over the shoot. What? It's been about 7 days, 7+ days now. Um, we got some stuff to talk about, man. We got a couple guests, good friend of a few of us. Well, pretty much me and Montel and Ryan's. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. But before we go ahead and get started, make sure, obviously, as always, you follow the Hog Style on Twitter, at the Hog Style. You can find me at underscore AYYMALL and my boy Ryan Rydog, Ryreed07.
Yes,
You can
yes.
find him there on Twitter. Ryan, how you feeling today, man? Or tonight?
Well, I'm feeling good, man. Christmas came early in April, as you already know. Just ready to go ahead and get this started, baby.
All right, man. Well, y'all can't see Ryan. Only I can, because we're on Skype, and the rest of us. He has a bottle of Henny in his hand.
And a Titans hat.
And a Titans hat on his head. We're not gonna speak on why the Henny's in his hand, but my man needed tonight.
Listen, it's always a celebration when you got Titan the Pearl.
Hey, there you go, bro. There you go. So he having a good time, bro. I'm hoping to get through. I should say, well, we'll leave it at that. He's gonna have a good time tonight, man. Montel, we're gonna move on to you. How you feeling tonight, man?
It's been an amazing day, man.
Amazing day. Oh yeah. Hey, before you finish, man, this show is sponsored by DC Rising, man. Shout out to the Wizards, bro, who just beat the shit out the Celtics. Appreciate that. Hey, so Montel, how you feeling like, man?
Yeah, man, it's been a good day. I got a little shopping done for our trip that's coming up. You know,
Oh yeah.
I got some pearl that's gonna come out bag on y'all. Y'all gonna like this. But yeah, it's been a good day. Got some shopping done. My boys got the W, and ready to drop some knowledge on them. Let's get it.
Just did some shopping tonight, man.
That's it.
I'm excited. All right, so yeah, man. We're joined by two of our good friends, man. Go way back. Some of the day ones, man. Fans of the NFC East. Unfortunately, they get a lot of shit from me, Ryan, and Montel. But I mean, it's just, it is what it is, bro. First, we got Thomas, man. I think I haven't said this on the live show, but put him up against the most delusional Philly fan or delusional football fan out there, and he'll probably beat them by a mile, man. Thomas, how you feeling tonight, bro?
Man, I'm pretty good. I never disappoint. When I'm talking about my Eagles. Of course, I'm gonna give it to you. Straight up. Keep it real.
Okay, cool. Cause we got a couple questions tonight, and I'm gonna see if you're gonna keep it real. We're gonna find out.
Of course, I'm a realistic fan. I like to think.
Hey, we gonna find out, bro. We gonna find out, man. But how was your before we get into it? How was your morning? Cause we had a football game this morning.
Man, just disappointing all around. Flag team is just so. I got so many words for them, and none of them are good.
We ain't getting no looks, and usually I'm honest. I'm honest with Montel and Ryan. I tell them. The first game we had, I had 3 catches for 300 yards. The second game, I lost somebody. This game I ain't even getting no targets, bro. Thomas, me and you ain't getting no targets, bro.
I gave you the nickname Jump Ball Jamal. Man, they not respecting that nickname, today.
I don't get it, bro. And then, I'm glad you're doing all right, though, honestly, and overall. Obviously, we had a bad morning, but yeah, we all in good spirits, man, having fun. And then we lastly joined by Nick. I know this intro is pretty long, but I don't care. We're gonna have fun on this show. Nick, man, I don't, let me be nice here. He's a okay Dallas Cowboys fan. I respect his take sometimes. He's sometimes overboard, but I appreciate it for the most part. Nicholas Sneed, how you feeling tonight, man?
I'm doing all right, man. Can't even complain, baby. Doing all right, man. Cooling.
You doing all right, man? How you? Hey, you holding your own out there in B-More, bro?
You already know, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
You already know.
Okay, bro. All right. I don't want. Hey, Nick is hilarious. We're gonna go ahead and move on, man. I'm glad you're doing all right out there in B-More. We're gonna go ahead and get into these off-season grades because, like I said, the draft is passed. About a week and some change, I guess. I take it. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the all-season grades, and I'll let the guests go first. First and foremost, we'll keep it in NFC East. We'll let Thomas go first on his overall thoughts on how the Eagles went in the offseason, man. So I'll just let you go ahead and speak. I don't want to talk about your draft picks and your moves. So go ahead, man. How do you feel about your offseason?
Off season, everything leading up to the draft. All things considering the fact that we made moves, to get Alshon, Torrey Smith, Timothy Jurgen, address the D line, which was pretty strong, considering everything they did accomplish last year, and we were still addressing, that phase, including the draft, going with that first round, which I thought was a complete surprise. I looked at drafting Derek Barnett, more of a surprise pick, but also a safe pick. They could have gone with the best player available on the board.
Let's say, who was you expecting or hoping for?
Well, they could have got desperate with, going for for all the cornerbacks that were available. They could have went Malik Hooker. That he went right after we took Derek Barnett. Could have went O.J. Howard. He's pretty highest rated tight end coming out the college last year. Could have went Reuben Foster. All things considering, even though he did drop late. And also Jonathan Allen, if they still wanted to address, the D line.
Eagles fans were sick about that. I seen that online. They was pissed they passed Jonathan Allen when he was still on the board.
And then they draft Derek Barnett, and everyone's like, hold on, like people weren't even considering. I didn't see him in any mock drafts. Philly picking this guy, and people dug it a little bit more into what he accomplished in at Tennessee, and it started to seem like more of a practical pick for us. So considering that, we take 2 corners in the second round, Sidney Jones, which I think was a steal, considering that, he had first round talent, and also taking Rasul Douglas from West Virginia, definitely addressed our big need at cornerback. Wrapping all of that up, and I'll cover maybe some of the other picks later. I would give our offseason grade probably a B, in between a B minus and a B plus. And
so a solid B. I take it. Solid. Okay.
What got me up to a B was taking a big investment into the wide receivers, because that definitely was lacking last year. Also taking taking those pretty solid. I feel like our first 3 picks were pretty solid. I feel like they'll be Eagles for a long time, and will be a part of that growing defense. And also, we picked a couple of good other supplemental players that will, have roles such as Matt Collins on the special teams and Donnell Pumphrey.
Let me ask you about Humphrey, man, because the guy's what, like 5'9", 180, or like 5. He has a small frame. It's something around that height and weight.
5'8", 176 is what.
5'8", 176, which is even worse, honestly. But so let me ask you this, man. You guys are in desperate need of a workhorse back, because obviously you got Ryan Matthews, who's consistently injured. And that's the one thing that's consistent about him. He's unavailable most of the time, but he is productive when he is productive for the most part when he's available. And then you got Darren Sproles, a 33-year-old Donnell Humphrey. Essentially, I mean, they're just the same size. But in terms of that draft pick, in terms of going for a running back in the draft, like, how did you feel about that move in particular?
I thought that they really wanted to replace the type of back that Darren Sproles is, and was after he leaves. Also, considering that the type of backs that we have right now in the backfield, and considering that we might waive Ryan Matthews going forward. So the 3 backs in our backfield, I'll give you their height and weight with their names. So we got Wendell Smallwood. He's 5'10", 208. Donnell Pumphrey, 5'8", 176. And Darren Sproles, 5'6", 190. And that all of that went into my to my rating, because we don't have that workhorse back. Ryan Matthews, he was a solid back. If he can stay healthy, I don't see why we should get rid of him. But going forward,
that's an if, though. That's a big if.
I know. He's trouble. He's had trouble with that his whole career. So I mean, I can see why they're going away from that direction. But we don't have that back of the future yet. We let Jamal Charles go to to Denver. I just don't see. I feel like the backfield will be probably one of our biggest issues, if not cornerback. And I say cornerback. I feel like they should address that more in free agency because you look at our biggest problem last year. It was pretty much getting beat deep. Jalen Mills is not. He's not. He has no recovery speed. I mean, he can get physical on the line. He can jam, receivers. He can wreak havoc, at the line of scrimmage. Slow people down when they're going deep. But when he gets no hands on the receivers, man, he's getting beat deep every single time. And considering that he and what is it, Patrick Robinson is pretty much our top two corners right now. I feel like we're in trouble. And Razul Douglas, although he did have 8 picks, he didn't play much man coverage at West Virginia, and that's what Jim Schwartz likes to do. He likes to have a 4-man rush, get after the quarterback and play man coverage down the field. And when of course, they did dress the D-line, so that may help on the back end. But at the same time, you still got to have corners that can hold their own. And I feel like just considering that, that he is a rookie and he could possibly be starting because Sidney Jones, he still won't be back yet. I feel like, man, we're in a world of trouble. That's why I can't give us an A because, we didn't address the things that we were lacking the most last year, which was a run game and also the cornerback position.
All right, man. So, Nick, you up next with them Dallas, them Cowboys. I'll just leave it at that and be nice. So how do you feel your off season went, man? What's your grade and your breakdown?
It's a great question, Mo. Honestly, I'll give us a C plus.
Okay.
Keeping it 100, bro. We had no money in free agency. You know what I'm saying? So we couldn't get nobody. We just re-signed our offensive players. We didn't re-sign none of our good corners. No safety. So I ain't really like that for real. In the draft, we missed out on Reuben Foster. He the best player in the draft.
Time out right quick. Just this is for both y'all. I know we was talking long about the Eagles and the Cowboys. Well, we giving you a chance to talk now, but for both y'all, Thomas and Nick, what's why so much interest in Reuben Foster, knowing that he had the reason why he fell was a shoulder injury that could likely keep him out for the entire 2017 season.
He seemed like
that's
the
the
best
reason
player.
why he fell.
He seemed like the best player available at the time. It will at least have one of the highest ceilings. Coming out of Alabama. They produce pretty good front 7 defensive linemen. So I mean that can't be a bad pickup in my mind.
Right, Nick,
considering that he does have a history for injuries, but at the same time it seemed like it would be worth the investment.
Nick, what about you, man?
So I don't like our first round pick. That's why I say we should have got Reuben Foster.
Okay.
Taco Charlton, I mean, he got all the measurables, but on the field, I feel like all his sacks were coverage sacks, and he don't got no pass rush moves. He just wasn't it for me, man. Like he just became a starter his senior year. Like ain't nothing when I watch his tape that just jump off the screen like, oh, I like him. So it's like, But Reuben Foster though, he's smacking everybody coming across the middle. He's stopping a run. He in coverage, like he don't stop.
Okay.
Bro. He a problem.
But I mean, hold on. Who's your outside backers, bro?
So we run nickel because we don't got too many backers for real. So we got Sean Lee, and hopefully Jalen Smith can come back. If not, Hitchens will be there. So I mean. Hitchens all right.
Yeah, so basically y'all needed another linebacker.
Basically. For real. I mean, Jalen should be good though. But
he's participating. They said he should be all right. He's regaining his strength and like in his nerves or something like that, or his feelings or something like that. So he should be able to play for y'all this year in a limited role, I'm assuming. So
see, if he had Reuben though, you know what I'm saying, we get the boy right. We don't gotta worry about none of that.
I mean, okay. Well, I don't like the reports coming out about his injury, because his shoulder surgery failed. And that's just a big concern for a lot of teams. But and I'm not speaking on Reuben Foster so long. So how do you feel about you can continue, because you said you thought y'all should at least took Reuben. But what about the rest of your draft and your off season, all that type of stuff? So how did you feel about it?
I think they got it right. Rounds 2 through 7, they got it right. We got 3 corners. I like Chidobe. He fit our scheme. He come up tackle. I like him. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Lewis, he a playmaker. Our best pick, our best steal was Xavier Woods out of Louisiana Tech. He's safety, but he like a playmaker. He should be back to getting like 8 picks. And
Hey, I think Switzer's probably gonna steal Cole Beasley's job, bro.
okay, I won't get carried away, but Cole Beasley, his job solidified for like the next 2 3 years. Ryan Switzer will eventually
I
take the
don't know why
spot.
y'all got another one of him. I don't get it.
I'm glad you asked that question, Mark. Let me tell you why. We run 4 wide. We put both them boys in the slot. You can't check them both. It's gonna be a linebacker on one of them, and they gonna get worked. You put a
You
safety
sure?
on. I know. Ryan Switzer too fast, and he's shifty. Cole Beasley, come on, man. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 5. That's an out route. He unstoppable. So I felt like you put both of them in the slot, you good to go. And then you got Dez over the top. Maybe T Dub could run somebody off out the way for smart. Well, I feel
You
like
talking about be the perfect decoy, right?
yeah, decoy routes, man. Fly, take off. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody work underneath him, and then you still got Zeke. You can't check it all. So I feel like our offense got a little bit better with Switzer, and then Lucky Whitehead. He don't really do nothing for real. He don't,
He just take reverse Brian sweeps and all that
basically
type
he
of
did a
shit.
little jet sweep, but Ryan Switzer can do that, and he can run routes. He good. So I feel like he'll take his spot. Lucky my boy, but he gonna have to hit the practice squad. But
Hey, all right. Well, I think it's too late for the practice squad, honestly. So you basically saying he looking to be out of the job.
I think Philadelphia needs somebody take Nelson's spot. So
What?
y'all can have it,
What?
bro. Or the
Luck,
Giants.
bro. Lucky is 5'5".
Lucky he like 5'10". But he fast though. You know what I'm saying? Or he might go to the Giants, be Dwayne Hurts back up, or be their replacement. Do something, man.
It sounds like there's no hope for Lucky the way you're describing his alternative situations. So with that being said, what you said a C plus, right, for your off season grades?
C plus, man.
C plus. Okay. That's fair, man. I actually thought well, I'm glad Eric's not here. Because he probably would have gave y'all a B plus. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get to Ryan. And let you go ahead and get your talking points out the way. How do you feel about your off season grades for them Tennessee Titans who had the 18th pick in the number 8 pick in the overall in the 2017 draft?
Just a little correction for you, Mark, because it seemed like you don't understand your stuff. We had the 5th and the 18th pick in the draft.
5th and the 18th pick. Okay, yeah. Excuse me. I apologize, sir.
No, it's cool. It's cool. We forget. As far as our grade, I'm gonna have to jump out there and I'm gonna say we gonna have to go grade ourselves with an A. Reason being, I feel like we addressed all the things that we were lacking last year. Starting off with some of our key additions that we picked up in free agency, we picked up Logan Brown, who I think is a much better upgrade than what we had at cornerback last year. Also picked up a interior lineman playing nose tackle Sylvester Williams from Denver Broncos, and
Yeah.
lining him up next to Jarrell Casey and Daquan Jones is going to be a serious issue up front. And going towards to the draft, I mean, with that 5th pick, we picked up Corey Davis, who was without a shadow of a doubt best receiver in the draft, if you ask me. I thought we took him kind of early, but after watching how the draft played out and how early the receivers were going, then I felt okay about it. But Corey Davis, in and out of his routes, quick, fast, catch, run after catch. I mean, anything you can ask the receiver to do, he's out there getting it done. And with the 18th pick, we picked Dory Jackson out of USC, who was, if you ask me, one of the better playmakers all around in the draft. Putting him at kick return, punt return, corner, even putting him in offense, and he's scoring from all over the field. And he's going to be more so focusing on just playing cornerback when he gets in the league. We already said he's going to be starting on the outside. So he'll have, at his whole time in USC, he, more so focused on doing other things. But, now that he's in the NFL, he's going to be playing one position, and we're going to put him at punt return also to give us that, that dynamic for special teams. And we also got another slot receiver because, we lost Kendall Wright this past offseason, plays for Chicago now. We got a underrated receiver out of Western Kentucky. His name is by the name of Taywan. Got his name. Taywan Taylor. Yeah, and put him in the
I like
slot.
the way he played, man.
Yeah, real quick,
That boy
shifty.
physical. He like a running back.
Yeah, I like him a whole lot, and I feel like what we did was just give Mariota those the offense that not the but the weapons along with that running game that we have and the offensive line. I feel like it's really going to be something to talk about. So I'm going with an A.
Solid A, man. So just a quick overview. I'm assuming your opinion has changed after some time has passed with Corey Davis. At first you told us you wasn't really who's you
I was
expecting
saying
at the
John
receiver
Ross. I
position.
was saying John. I wasn't really high on John Ross coming.
Okay.
As far as Corey Davis, I love Corey Davis coming up, but I just thought initially that taking him at 5 would be kind of early. But like I
Okay.
was saying, after seeing the draft, Corey Davis at 5, Mike Williams went 7, John Ross went 9. Those are the top 3 receivers. They off the board before the 10th pick is up. So,
Yeah.
I was glad to get
And
where we got him.
and come to think about it, I still think Cincy like reached
John Ross.
on John
They
Rose
reached.
because I'm about to say I think he went well I think 9, but either way top 10, and all 3 of them went top 10 period. Like I just really don't understand. I mean, I'm not tripping because honestly those 3 picks and obviously the trade ups for quarterbacks helped the Redskins pick Jonathan Allen, so I'm not really complaining
Right. I, I,
but
I think the reason why you saw the receivers go so early is because when we took him at 5, it's like, oh, we got to get a receiver right now.
yeah.
Like, so, I felt like that's when they start calling all the cards for those receivers. And, that's why you see a receiver like John Ross going there early. I mean, hopefully it works out for Cincinnati. But, like I said, I'm not too sold on John Ross. But, he's a dynamic receiver, though. We'll see how it works out.
Okay, all right. And Montel, I'm gonna let you take the floor with the Redskins. With the Redskins off-season grades, I made my opinion known on the Hawk style yesterday. I believe in just overall. I figured first off I had draft graded as an A minus. I think our all-season overall was just a simple A as well. But I've elaborated on the Hog side, so I'll let you take it away on this one, on all 32, man. How do you feel about the all season for the Redskins and how they went forward?
I think that your grade of an A for this offseason was just a little bit too high, my brother. I don't know what your expectations are coming into the season, but um, I don't trust rookies. I just don't. I just do not trust them until they produce, and that's fair. I do think we did a pretty good job in the draft of acquiring guys who produced while they were in college. Guys like Anderson, guys like Allen. Those guys kind of fell uh, right into our laps. Even the corner out of UCLA, he kind of fell right into our laps, even though he has a little bit of an injury with, I believe, it's like a tricep or something like that, or some. So
His pec muscle.
it's a minor injury, but the reason I'll give us a C. I'll give us a
A C for what?
C plus just for the total offseason, just like around a C or a C plus. And here's why. I'll give you. And like I said, I know you're a Skins fan, and I like I said, I just try
Lord
to
help
I
us.
try to remain as objective as possible, and I try to view these things from a guy. I try to view it as if I'm not a Redskins fan. Now, looking at what we did, I like the pickup of DJ Swearinger. I like the pickup of Terrell Pryor, but you got to consider everything that's taking place. You lost Deshaun Jackson, you lost Pierre Garcon, and those are 2 receivers who have produced at this level for a long time, and you're dependent on 2 guys who are still unproven at this point in their careers, and Josh Doxson and Terrell Pryor to fill those shoes. Now you also lost Ricky Jean Francois, and you lost Chris Baker, and you replaced those guys with McGee and McClain, who are not much of an upgrade and may be a downgrade coming into the season. We don't know. So we're just going off of hope right now. And I do like the acquisition of Zach Brown because he's immediately your best linebacker. And same with Allen. He's immediately your best interior defensive player. But at the same time, like I said, he's a rookie. Um, I still think we're going to have problems running the ball, and I still think we're going to have problems stopping the run. And you have Dallas in your division. So that's why I give us a C. I think, and like I said, I'm trying to, I try to, look at it from all perspectives. I do like I said, Swearinger, I think he's a guy that'll help us get off the field on third downs. We had a huge problem getting off the field on third downs, but just looking at the big picture, I don't think McGee and McClain come in and immediately make you that much better stopping the run, and I think that's still going to remain an issue for us. And possibly, that caused us a lot of games, man. Not being able to get off the field, not being able to stop the run, not being able to run the ball effectively. I like Kirk. We still haven't re-signed him. That's another reason why I gave us a C. You weren't able to get your quarterback signed. So after this year, what do? We don't have an answer. So everybody, people are saying, okay, they know what they're doing. They know hopefully they get something. Well, as a fan, I don't know what we're going to do. So I give them a C. And I don't know if I'm being a little hard on them, but it was just a lot that went wrong this offseason as well. You got some guys and some pieces in who may possibly make you better, but you got a lot of question marks as well. You lost a lot of production, a lot of veteran leadership.
Well, as much as I'd like to argue that, I don't necessarily. Well, I can argue it per se in terms of your grade. I don't, because what you're saying is factual and is fair, because it's all based off of assumptions and a lot of things that we don't know yet, which is the case for anybody making predictions. Obviously, when you make any offseason predictions, that's all there are, and when you make grades, that's all there are, because you really can't tell until they hit the field. So I respect what you're saying, but in terms of the grade itself, I do think you're being a little bit too harsh, only because you've essentially acknowledged that, yeah, we have question marks, but I think the strategy, I think you overlooked the overall strategy of what we've done in the all season period. We've addressed a lot of needs. You know what? I don't even know. All right, I'll just finish this point, because I made this on the show yesterday. But we've addressed a lot of needs in terms of what we want to get done moving forward. I think you say that we have two guys defensively on the defensive line who are unproven, sort of say, but at the same time, we don't know if they're going to be better than Chris Baker or worse. But at the same time, Chris Baker and Ricky Jean was on the defense, who was one of the worst in the league at stopping the run and pressuring the quarterback. So there can be nothing better than them.
Right.
I mean, there could be nothing. Like, you really can't get no worse than what they were last year.
Before you finish, my point was that you replaced those guys who at this point in their career have not proven what those guys have proven. Although Baker and Ricky Jean were on bad defenses, McGee was on a bad defense, so was McClain. And Baker, believe it or not, was pretty good in this defense, and so was Ricky Jean.
They weren't that consistent, bro.
But what has McGee done in his career? That's my thing. And
McGee is a guy who has a forte of stopping the run. That's why they brought him over here. That's what he does. That's what he did in Oakland. He stopped the run. He wasn't a pass rusher. That's what he did. He came over here to stop the run.
He wasn't much in Oakland. I'm just saying. I know that's what his forte.
He wasn't a starter.
That's what his forte is. Cool, but I don't know what McGee is, in all honesty. That may be his forte.
He took over Dan Williams' job, bro. He replaced Dan Williams, who's out of a job right now, bro. He took over the last 3 games of the season, or last 4 games, if I'm not mistaken, because he played better than Dan Williams. Dan Williams was a starter.
If you're going to point out the fact that Chris Baker and Ricky Jean were on bad defenses, the Raiders were not much of a defense either. So let's acknowledge that as well. And McGee was on that defense.
McGee was on a defense where he didn't get much burn until the last 4 games of the season.
If he didn't get much burn on a bad defense, what does that tell?
He was on Daniel Williams was the starter. They brought him in. He was the big money guy, bro. What are you saying?
All right, that's cool. I'm just saying, if you're going to point out the fact that Baker was on a bad defense, McGee was on a bad defense, and he couldn't
stop the run, bro.
He couldn't stop.
He took the field and he took Dan Williams' job,
but
bro.
the Raiders didn't stop the run last year. That's what I'm telling you right now.
He was good at stopping the run.
Okay,
he was good at stopping the run.
Okay, and that's your opinion. I'm just telling you, McGee was on a bad defense that was bad against the run as well. So I'm not sure how great he is at stopping the run.
The defense was, bro.
Were they?
The defense was bad at stopping the run.
Okay, we can pull up the stats right now, because I can tell you now, Oakland was one of the worst defenses last year.
I just said that. They were. Did I just argue against that, bro?
Yeah, you did, basically, because you're saying.
I said McGee was good at stopping the run. That's what I said, bro.
I don't
And that's
know how,
factual.
I don't know how
Like,
great he is because he was on a team that was bad on defensively
I mean,
and
I'm just
stopping the run.
okay. All right. Well, look, I hate to reference these guys, but I mean, they're the closest things we know to factual because they do the research. But Pro Football Focus had him as one of the best run stoppers in the NFL last year.
And that's fine.
McGee.
That's
So
fine.
that's why they brought him over here.
That's
And he's young.
That's
So
fine. I'm just saying you're replacing two guys who were more productive than these guys that we brought in. That's my point.
they,
Like,
I
Better
truth
than
be told,
one
bro,
guy that you
I have
brought
no
in.
love. I have no love lost for Ricky Jean or Chris Baker, bro. They weren't that good to me, honestly. Chris Baker was active, but he took plays off, but he was lazy. I don't care about that man for real, honestly.
it's not
But
about if you care about him. He was more productive than McGee in his career so far. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, he wasn't that good the last 2 years. I mean, no, last year, not the last 2 years ago he was good. I'll take that back. So I before we move on, because I have a question. It's an impromptu question, honestly, for Nick and Thomas, man. Do anybody got any comments for these other teams, man? Anybody want to contest these grades right quick before we move on?
I will say this: Titans don't get an A in my book.
Why is that, man? Why you say that?
Everybody said you're gonna have to explain yourself.
A is OC. I feel
First of
like
all,
y'all
Brian
did
ain't playing,
make
bruh.
some strides. I feel like Adoree Jackson will be better off in the nickel. Because he's a open. He fast. I feel like he can cover a lot of the field. He can get some little sneaky picks. But you know what I'm saying? That's up to y'all. Do y'all thing. If y'all want him on the outside, hey, see y'all in 2 years. We gonna light his ass up.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like an A. Like y'all, an A is like y'all got
A is
a
strictly
wave.
as far as addressing what you were lacking in your last previous season. That's why the off season additions was what prompted me to give my
Say me
my
and Ryan
team
on
an
the
A.
same page.
I mean, you can go off of what you're predicting the player will be, but as far as the off season grade, as far as what you did to make your team better, it's an A. You talking about the player as itself? I mean, Adoree Jackson played one of the highest. Most of his players was man coverage last year, so he played a whole lot of more man than most of these corners in the college football played. So I mean, I feel
Other
good
than
about Adoree Jackson.
Jordan Lewis, but you know what I'm saying? Do y'all thing, man. Wish
Yeah,
y'all the best.
yeah, my man. Good luck with taco meat.
He a project, but you know what I'm saying.
We know he a project.
Damn, y'all took a project in the first
That's
round,
what I'm
bro.
saying, bro. Ruben Foster, he well done, baby. Like we
I
gotta.
mean, you keep saying Ruben. You know
no,
what?
take a
I
risk.
wish y'all did take him and he missed the entire season. That'd be so Dallas, bro.
Yep, you
I would have
right.
loved it.
You right. Just like Jalen, Randy Gregory missed like
Exactly.
8 seasons because he can't stay off the
I'm about to
weed.
say he never
Well, you
coming
know what
back.
I'm saying? It's cool, man. That's what Dallas do.
He's
We
still a project.
good
Honestly, bro, I'm glad
first.
you said. Oh, go ahead.
From first, we good usually in like second and up, bro. First round, we getting studs this year. I don't know what the fuck we was thinking, bro. Like, but at the same time, it wasn't too many DNs in the draft at all, anyway. And it was only like, I think 3 went early before Taco. So I was like, I guess.
All right, let me ask y'all a question, man. Am I the only one? And I'm really not doing this because Nick's here. Am I the only one who really thinks that the Cowboys is fighting for second place in this division in the NFC East next year or this year coming up?
Yeah.
I thoroughly
Like not
agree.
even fighting for
The,
first.
the the New York Giants have dramatically
Yep.
gotten better, and
Yep.
listen, and they swept Dallas last year, and I don't see anything happening too much differently this year because unless they figure out something for that all-out blitz that they was throwing at Dak Prescott last year.
Kitchen sink, baby. We don't got
Uh,
nothing, but
I mean, and then they got another stud receiver out there to go along with Odell Beckham and Sterling Sharp, and then all they did was add more
Future Hall of
pieces.
Famer.
And then they
Sterling
got
Sharp.
what's the boy out of Clemson they just picked up?
Wayne Train Goldman,
Oh,
baby.
Wayne
So
Gallman,
he's
yeah.
playing running back for them. I mean,
National champ.
I hopefully I'm not sure if they addressed their offensive line or not, but
No, they
I
did.
don't think they
No.
did.
But this
okay,
wasn't the draft to really address offensive line. In all honesty,
Hell no.
They still
oh,
needed to, though, if anything.
I mean, you
I would have
don't.
took a flyer with somebody late.
You don't really
You
want
don't want
to
draft
reach.
bad picks though.
Yeah, you don't want to reach, not first round,
No,
and
no.
having line.
Nah, they could have took somebody late. They could have took a guard, an interior lineman for
They
real,
can
honestly.
go.
Because
They can get some
Eric
draft
Flowers is
guys.
the issue. He's a tackle, but I still would have tried to. I would have tried to find somebody late. Honestly, I don't think they did that. I'm not sure.
But that's the one thing that's going
Completely,
what makes them sink this year is their offensive line and
Yeah,
maybe the
Eli.
backfield.
Eli.
I definitely agree with the offensive line, but that backfield, all right. I fuck with
I mean that kind
Perkins,
of goes hand in
Paul
hand with
Perkins,
each
I
Yeah,
other.
think.
Perkins, Gall, yeah, Wayne Gall. Like that's gonna be a good
I
little
mean, you got a
look.
poor line. It doesn't matter, you know. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you already
I
got
mean,
that. You got that
you definitely
firepower
right.
at
It all
receiver,
it all hinges on the offensive line.
definitely. Plus, Eli
But
making those
I'm
those
about to
decisions
say,
he's
bro.
famous for.
Eli got the turnovers ready. Come on, man.
But yeah, man, I had asked that question honestly because I think y'all had way too many losses in the secondary, Nick, and that's just the thing that hurts y'all because with so many losses y'all had to add them through the draft.
If
And y'all got so
everybody
much
say you're filling with a
inexperience
bunch
back
of
there,
rookies,
bro.
and you putting your faith in rookies. But honestly, I mean, it's really all about how they come out and play. I mean, I think they got some decent corners, but like I said, they rookies. So
Yeah, rookie
Yeah,
corners
definitely.
typically struggle year one as well. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but
Unless they come out like dude from Kansas City.
and I knew somebody was
No.
gonna say him. If you pull up Marcus Peters' tape, he had some big plays, but he gave up big plays.
Yeah, nah, he was just an aggressive corner. Like
Yeah,
he
I
he
was
was just
gonna
a
say,
playmaker.
yeah,
I'm just saying like because I take a playmaker honestly,
that's true
especially as a
too.
rookie.
Definitely.
Ron Darby also had
But
a good rookie
you
year.
definitely right though. He had his issues in terms of coverage, but
Jalen
it is what
Ramsey
it
had
is,
a
man.
good year.
Yeah, he had a good year.
Yeah,
You're
he
right.
didn't
Ramsey
have
was the
a
closest thing
he
to
came
shit.
on late in the beginning of the year. He was not looking too good. They
Nah,
had a
he
they
turned.
had a they had a tape of this boy getting broke off in practice with
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I
the
remember that.
training
Hey,
Oh,
camp.
Kill,
Yeah.
yeah.
but we talking about Jalen Ramsey and Marcus Peters and comparing Dallas corners that they picked up to those guys. I don't think no one that Dallas picked up are those guys. I
Done.
just want
Y'all bullshitted last year, honestly.
On Jalen
I
Ramsey?
wish y'all took him because I swear I'm such a big fan of Zeke, bro, and y'all just made me hate him like to the fullest, bro. I really do not like that man no
Who
more.
cares,
I
Maul?
can't. You absolutely right.
who you talking about, Ma? Who you don't like them?
You
You
absolutely.
talking about Zeke the Freak?
I can't stand Zeke no more, bro. I was hoping they took Jalen just so Zeke wouldn't come to him, but it is what it is, bro. I got the Cowboys going 6-10, but we'll talk about that later in a couple
Woo!
in a couple minutes, man.
Man.
But this is for Nick and Thomas, man. Since they missed out, they're Dallas and Philly fans, man. So I really wanted to ask them an impromptu question. I let them get their opinions on it. I think me, Ryan, and Montel both had we both had Carson Wentz. I mean, all three of us had Carson Wentz for this topic. But who do y'all think got the better ceiling going forward? And we'll try to keep this short because we do got a couple more topics to get to. But just want to know y'all opinion. Who do y'all think honestly has the bigger ceiling? Carson Wentz or Dak Prescott? And I guess Nick, you go ahead first on this one.
Um,
Dak, man.
what's funny is coming out of the draft, I was a huge Carson Wentz fan, bro. A huge Wentz fan till he went to Philly, right? So I'm actually going to say Wentz for real, man. Wentz got a bigger ceiling.
Oh, okay.
Only because Dak already went 13-3 and went to the playoffs. Wentz, he still got a lot to learn. Now his receivers can catch, so we really gonna see how he can be. So I'm gonna go with Wentz, man. Dak, we already know he a baller. He gonna be a baller for some years to come. Wentz, he showed me some skills with some receivers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he got a lot more growing, so I'm gonna go with my boy Wentz.
Okay, Thomas, what's up, bro? What you thinking?
Nah, I agree. Of course, that's my boy. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, he definitely struggled this year. He threw, 16 touchdowns, had 14 interceptions, lost 7 fumbles.
Damn.
I mean, that wasn't looking too good considering that he didn't have many weapons around him. But at the same time, man, he just has that leadership s to him. He has the intangibles to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think if they keep the right weapons around him. I mean, I know there's a little early to be talking about that, but I think he can go to the Hall of Fame. Honestly, we've drafted, Hall of Fame players or potential Hall of Fame players in the past, this early. I'm talking about Don McNabb, which I do think he should be in the Hall of Fame. But with Wentz, I mean,
was
he
very
has
good.
everything that you like in a rookie quarterback. Of course, he was going to make mistakes. I mean, I don't see those, continuing in the upcoming years. I mean, I definitely think it's going to be a big jump from his freshman to his sophomore year as far as the numbers go, and especially the wins. He definitely has to come away with those games that are decided with less than 7 points. He was what 1-6 last year. So I mean, once we get those that winning persona going on with the team, then and we can turn that around, it'll definitely help his numbers and help the overall team.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that. Though the opinions have been stated. For the record. Now that we got it out the way, so we'll go ahead and move on to these power rankings. I just want to see if y'all agree with this because it's going to go into our season predictions. So for I took an average of the power rankings for Fox Sports, CBS, and NFL.com for their post draft power rankings, and I'll let Ryan lead it off, and then Montel, and we'll go on from there. So I'll list the four teams, obviously of because of our teams. Titans were at 12, ranked of the three as an average they were ranked 12th. Eagles were ranked 22nd. Cowboys were ranked 6th, and the Skins were ranked 16th. So with that being said, in the power rankings, you were top half of the league, Ryan. Do you guys think you guys should have been any higher? Should y'all been any lower, or does that sound about right for the Titans?
No, I would agree with 12. Slightly above middle of the pack. I think last year we had to most a surprising season going 9-7 because many predicted us to be a lot worse. Um, with coming into this season, I think we gotta hone in on different things and make sure we get our record a little bit higher than it was. Maybe one more game. Hopefully, I'm not going to start saying our season prediction right now because I know we're going into our next topic. But I think that's a good spot for us. We beat last year. We think we beat about five of the teams in the playoffs this past season.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good spot from last year.
Hey man, so let me ask you this too. Well, we'll do that in the season prediction. I think that's a good question to see where y'all at for the 2017 season. I'll ask you that later. Montel. So as you can see, or as I've said, Skins ranked 16th on the average. What about you? Higher, lower, or just about the same? Just about right.
Just for the record, this is a game that I hate to play. I hate doing.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah.
Yeah,
For the record, I've said this before too. It does pass time and it's fun, just to kill time with. But it's definitely a dangerous game because it really doesn't stick when the season starts. But we got to do it.
absolutely. Yeah, I was just going to say that I hate to play it, but since we're doing it, I'll do it. Just going off based off of last year and what we've done this offseason, I think 16 is pretty fair. I think we are a middle of the pack team right now. I don't think we're good enough to compete in the playoffs, and I don't think that we're bad enough to just flat out miss the playoffs. So I do think we are a middle of the pack team right now. So I think 16 is fair. I definitely think 16 is fair.
Okay, since you think 16 is fair, Thomas, Thomas, do you think that 22 for the Eagles is fair, or do you guys should you guys be higher or lower?
That is unfair. Man, I think we're a top 20 team. I had my ranking. I had us at 19. I mean, it's still top 20, but I mean, we're on the up and coming. Definitely aren't the same team that we were last year. We've definitely addressed a lot of key spots that we were looking for. And I mean, I feel like we're just gonna ride that defensive line. We definitely gotta get better on the road, but what better to have than a defensive line on the road, to help us pull out those wins. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think our ceiling is definitely high. I think we will be one of those surprise teams. I definitely don't think we crack the top 10 in the power rankings this year, though. We'll probably stay 10 to 20.
Okay. And then Dallas, obviously Nick Schnickless. What do you think? What do you think about y'all rankings? 6, is it too high, too low, or just about right?
I'm gonna say it's right just because we don't got nobody on defense. You know what I'm saying? We got these rookies in the secondary. We got some linebackers though. You know what I'm saying? We got some questionable D linemen, but our offense gonna carry us through like they've been doing the past couple years. So 6 is straight. I can't complain. I thought we was gonna be lower than that, but it's cool.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and lead off the objections. I honestly think the Cowboys should be at like 13 or 14. I really do think
Agreed.
because I think what they do they really because you guys proven it in 2014 and y'all proved it last year that y'all offense really can take y'all take y'all essentially to the playoffs. Keep your defense off the field. And then when your defense do play on the field, y'all are fundamentally sound. Y'all don't really beat yourselves, even though y'all weren't that great. Y'all really don't beat yourselves, and y'all were able to get off the field when it mattered. But I don't think with so many losses that y'all had on the defense, I really don't think that it's going to be easy for the offense to do the same thing that they did last year and the same thing that they did in 2014. And I don't think that the experts see that. And that's why they have y'all so high, because they believe in y'all offense so much. I don't think it's going to be that easy for you guys this year. And the NFC East got drastically better in terms of competing against Dallas.
Yeah.
If that was the one objection I made, I do think that Cowboys should be a little bit lower. Y'all still top half of the league. I'm not hating on y'all, but I don't think y'all top 10, bro. I can't see that shit.
Everybody got their opinion, Jermaine. But you know what I'm saying? It's cool.
I
It's
think
cool.
they top
Okay.
10. I definitely think they top 10.
All right,
You think they top 10,
I got a
bro?
question mark. Name 9 teams better than the Cowboys right now.
Oh, you put me on the spot. Okay, I gotta think of all the teams. Okay, so
Come
Green
back.
Bay.
You can come back later. You can come back later. You can give them that answer a little bit later in the show.
I give it to him off the show, man. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that another time. But I can name 3. Green Bay, Atlanta, New England. And who was the other team? What's the name?
Oakland.
Pittsburgh. Even though y'all technically beat them. Okay, I take Pittsburgh back because y'all beat them. That's the only reason.
Ain't the
Oakland.
same
In New York.
teams. Ain't the same team.
I was about to say,
In New
I think
York.
Pittsburgh's better than Dallas, in all honesty.
Are they really?
I mean, that might be fair only because you can only beat them that one time. Probably out of 10 times, maybe Pittsburgh wins
And
it
you got to think,
more than half.
is my boy coming back this year, the receiver? Is it Bryant?
Yeah, Martavis
Martavius.
coming back.
Yeah.
If he can
Okay.
stay off the weed, come on.
Yeah, he got
Stay
reinstated.
off the what?
Conditionally though. I don't know what his conditions were, but he got reinstated. So I named 4 teams that was better than y'all. I can name some more. I think Dallas isn't better than the
Pittsburgh not
Redskins,
it.
but
I'm
The
not gonna say
Giants.
Pittsburgh.
yeah, I named the Giants. I
Give you the
named them.
Giants, give you the Patriots, give you the.
The Falcons.
I don't know about the Falcons.
You don't know
This
about
year
the
coming
Falcons.
up. Only reason I say that, you know how this Montel favorite thing. Last year was their chance to win, and since they blew it, I feel like they're not
Who
gonna
you
be the same
talking
team they
about?
was. The Falcons.
Oh, no. I can give you. I'm talking about Pittsburgh, though. Pittsburgh consistently in the playoffs and consistently going
And
deep into the playoffs.
I don't think
Consistently.
I don't think Pittsburgh that though.
I mean, like you said, everybody got their own opinions.
Everybody
I
got
mean,
opinions.
Pittsburgh,
I mean
as of late,
Seattle. I don't even know how I don't know how I forgot
I don't
Seattle.
know if Seattle's
But
better than Dallas at this point.
And
But
Pittsburgh
bro,
defense just as
I
bad as
think they are.
ours.
very, very suspect. But you know what? In the playoffs, they step up, and you can argue Kansas City may be a better
I was
team.
thinking Kansas City.
I think
Maybe
Kansas
the
City is
Buccaneers.
better, bro.
That's reaching. That's arguable though.
I think
And
Bucks is reaching, but that's very fair right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's arguable as far as the
Yeah,
additions they made.
yeah. Hey, some teams
Yeah.
out there, man.
y'all
I'm about
think
to
the
say
Bucks a top
I
10
can't even
team?
believe. I think the Raiders better than y'all.
Raiders defense a little
Raiders
shaky like we've been
definitely.
talking. But
But their
But it was
defense
a
has more
bad year, man.
playmakers, though. Their defense
I'm
definitely.
about to say that was a bad year, bro. They got to get it together. I don't think you have that many playmakers on there, and it doesn't drastically improve the next year. I don't know what happened last year, honestly,
I got the Raiders
but I
top
think they'll be
5.
better. I mean, shoot, the Raiders were like they were top
I had
5
them at
in the
number
average
3.
too.
That's just me.
Yeah, NFL.com had them at number 3. So I mean, they're doing something
Yeah,
right.
they're gonna be nasty.
All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, for me, by the way, I think 16 is fair. For the Redskins, I don't. I wouldn't want to go overboard. If I had to say the highest they'll be, I would say like 18, and then lowest could be like 14. But 16, that's fair. So for the season predictions, man, we'll go ahead and let the guests go. Well, we'll save the guests for last. Nick and Ryan. I said Nick and Ryan. Jesus Christ. Montel, Montel and Ryan. I'll let Montel go first, man. What do you got for the Redskins going this year? For the Hogs, I had as for the record, I had us going 10-6 at worst. I mean at best, and then in a division title, and then at worst, I had us going like 7-9. But for you, how do you feel the Redskins season can go this year?
I've been going back and forth with this so much, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say we will finish at 8-8. I think we're gonna finish 8-8. No, I'm gonna be a little. I'm gonna be a little more optimistic. I'm gonna say 9-7. I think we're gonna finish 9-7, but I just think you got too much to compete with within your division. I don't see three teams going to the playoffs like it was last year. We had a chance to make it that. I
Three
see the
teams.
Giants. I mean, we had
Now he was saying we just had a chance
yeah,
to.
we had a chance to go in at 9-7. We
About to
didn't
remind
finish
you.
some games, but supposedly our schedule is supposedly easier than it was last year because of where we ranked in our division. Last year we were ranked first from the year before. This year we fell in third from last year. So we have.
Oh, we still a top 10 on strength of
Oh
schedule.
no,
By the
I
way,
definitely
the whole
that.
NFC East
Yeah, I
is.
definitely believe that. I
Believe it.
seen the schedule. The schedule was rough, but I'm gonna say 9-7 because, like I said, you're still looking up at Dallas and New York in our division, and I like the Eagles, man. I think, and the reason I think that Dallas takes a step back this year is because of Philly, and I feel like they're building their team to stop the Cowboys. In all honesty, I know I'm hopping off topic a little bit, but the acquisition of Timmy Jernigan and
Continue.
Barnett and those guys, I think that I don't think you guys have a 100-yard rushing. You haven't had a 100-yard rushing in like the past 6 or 8 games against Philly. I think that continues this year, and I think y'all struggle against them. But like I said, I just think we still looking up at those two teams. We kind of own Philly in these last couple of years, but I just think you're looking up at Dallas and New York right now, and I think you fall just short again of making the playoffs.
So Montel, would you say 8-8 or 9-7? Because at first you said
No,
8-8, then you said
I'm saying 9-7, but I think our division is that strong. I see the Giants winning like 11, 12 games, and I see Dallas winning 10, 11 games.
okay.
All right, Ryan, you go ahead. You got up next, man. What do you think the Titans got going on this season?
Well, first of all, this is one of the things that get me in trouble all the time. I hate doing this. I told myself about 3 years ago I'm never calling off records again because it never works out for myself.
Never.
Just
But
don't hold the expectations up. You know what I'm saying?
honestly, we had a pretty tough schedule last year, but we ended up going 9-7, and I'm gonna just say we're gonna one up and go 10-6 and be just one game better than we were last year. I think we capable of just winning one more game because, like I said, football is a game of inches, and you start looking around to certain plays and see how you lost or certain things. It's like little things could cost you a game, and I just think after being in the same system, same coaches, I feel like we can do one game better than we were last year. So I'm gonna say 10-6.
All right. Quick question though for that AFC South, man,
Ooh.
because we don't speak with too many AFC South fans um around here. But how important do you think it is for you guys? First and foremost, how important do you think it is for you guys to handle business versus the coast this year? If I'm not did y'all split last year or y'all lost both
We
games?
lost both games, and let me tell you something right now. It will be extremely unacceptable by every stretch of the word of unacceptable if we do not beat the coast. Like honestly, it's I don't have any words to like. This is how frustrating it has been. If we do not beat the Indianapolis Colts next year, you will hear me on this podcast cursing, Ma. Every other word out of my mouth will be a curse word. Try to tell you.
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
man. So
Ryan. Quick question, bro.
Talk
You
to me.
know, I love you and the Colts. Love you talk about these boys.
Uh-huh.
When last time y'all beat the Colts?
See, what's funny is you're asking me a question you already know the answers to, so I'm not about to divulge into that. So I'm just going to ignore you and say next question.
all right, so seeing. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I did want to know the answer to that
I
question because
do
I didn't
too. I was
ask.
just about to say I'm very interested to know.
We lost the coach 10 straight times.
Jesus
God
Christ.
dang!
You said 10?
10.
She said 10.
Oh my
Jeez,
goodness.
10?
10.
Hey, how old was you when you last beat the coach?
Hey, just
You
relax.
That's five seasons.
Relax yourself.
2000
said
what?
relax.
Oh
11?
my
We
goodness.
graduated high school.
Might say we was
Damn,
kids.
we was young
Damn.
as shit, boy. Ain't even
All right, y'all. Y'all ready to move on? What's up? Y'all ready?
All right, we'll do you a favor and move
Thank
on,
you.
but we still are on the Titans. I want to know in terms of we're still in the AFC South, but I want to know because a lot of man I've been saying this, and Ryan you've been saying this too. Montel been sleeping on the South, but how important do you how concerned are you that the Giants? I mean I said the Giants, the Jaguars may be building a little monster down there in
Oh,
Jacksonville,
it's
bro.
definitely cause for concern because I mean they have.
Because at some point they gotta blow up, bro.
I you you, you would think
They gotta
so. You would
explode,
think
bro.
so. Like at some point, you would feel like, man, like on paper, these guys just look unbelievably talented. But I mean, they just had not came to play. Like I mean, I feel like the best season in the last few years is 8-8, and I feel like that was like a year or two ago. And they were loaded then. Last year they were loaded on paper, and you see how they finished. I think it was 4-12 or 5-11, one or the other. But with the new coaching staff, I think Doug Marone is a really good football coach, and I think Tom Coughlin is a great addition to that organization. So maybe they could change the culture and how they plan the football up there. But I'm definitely concerned. But they're in the division, and I feel like we can beat them. So we split
Okay.
every season.
So 10-6 takes the division, or do
I
you
I,
think the
I
Texans
think
got one
whoever
more?
win it is going to be 10-6.
Yeah, 10-6.
Okay. So 10-6 probably wins that division. And what do you think the lowest record is for that
So I
division?
probably say 7-9.
7-9. All right. Okay, that sounds about right. Honestly, 7-9, 6-10 to me.
Y'all will have a
Um,
5-win team in that division.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be the Colts.
it might be surprising, honestly. No, I don't think it's gonna be the
The Colts
Colts.
gonna have 2 wins. I mean, 5 wins. Two of them gonna be versus the Titans.
I was just about to say, watch two of them be against Tennessee.
All right, man. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get to our guests for tonight. Thomas, what do you think Philly's gonna look like for this 2017 season?
I think this is one of the more harder predictions to make, only because you just don't know with the rookie quarterback, how much he will progress. I mean, although I'm very optimistic, given the fact that we all know the ceiling of Carson Wentz.
Optimistic or delusional?
Hey, my fellow Eagle fans will tell me I'm optimistic. My fellow Redskin haters will tell me I'm delusional.
All right,
Good
man.
answer. Good
Okay,
answer.
all right. I'm about to say I respect it. Go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
so I mean, I definitely think he gets better. He definitely has a better season. As far as the record, we got to win those close games. I feel like the highest that will go will probably be 9 wins, and the lowest that will go will probably be 6 wins.
Great answer. I was just gonna say 6-10.
Okay.
I mean, everything could blow up, given that secondary, because we just do not have the answer right now at either starting side of the cornerback position, and we definitely need to address that running back position as far as who we want to go with going forward.
Y'all might end up doing running back by committee. Honestly, the way it's looking,
I mean that.
like y'all might have a lot of use for all three of your
I mean, I
backs.
like Wendell Smallwood. I mean, he was definitely a good, played a good supporting role to Ryan Matthews. As far as him taking the starting, slot. I just don't, I don't think we're much of a threat in the backfield, running the ball more so versus, catching out of the backfield, which, I mean, we definitely look more as a threat. I wish we got Christian McCaffrey, man. I was hoping. I didn't think the Panthers would take him, that soon, but, man, I mean, hey, you got to just
Is what
roll
it
with the
is, bro. He ain't
times.
even make it out the top 10. Yep. So yeah, go ahead, Nick, bro. Shoot your message, man, for these Cowboys fans out here. What do you think? What do you think y'all season looking like this
Yeah,
year?
man, I think about
And how
16 and
far?
0.
All right, young. You gotta know the motto. If you believe, you can achieve. I think, man,
Oh
we
man.
going 10-6. I felt like we got a lot of tough games. You can't win them all. Our schedule hard as hell. I don't know who the fuck made this shit, but that shit hard as hell. So I got us going 10-6. We gonna pull out some tough ones. We gonna lose some tough ones. We probably lose to the Giants again. One game. Probably split with everybody in the division. But this year it's gonna come down to coaching for real. I think every team in the NFL got better except for the Browns got better, but we don't play them. But I think everybody on our schedule got better. So it's gonna come down to Jason Garrett and Rob Marinelli putting these plays together. My boy Scott, Montel just blew me with this banana.
I was just about to say that.
Oh man.
But 10-6, man.
So 10 and
I think
6.
Dak gonna win his 8 games, and Jason Garrett gonna put some stuff together to sprinkle on the extra 2, cause it's gonna be tough,
Well,
bro.
well, put a little safety vest on, bro. What do you think the lowest y'all made? How many few games can y'all win this year? I don't know why I couldn't spit that out.
All right, so the lowest amount we gonna win, we gonna win. We gonna go 9-7, at least.
Jesus, y'all you don't even see y'all going 500 or below 500.
Lowest we gonna go is 9-7.
Hey,
The
look,
All
highest
Carter,
we
right,
gonna
man.
bold
go,
prediction. Bold prediction. Bold
highest we
prediction.
gonna go is 12-4.
Bold prediction. Ezekiel Elliott gets hurt, misses 4 to 7 games this year. They asked Dak Prescott to do more, and he takes a huge step back. Have a sophomore slump.
Big
Y'all,
prediction:
y'all won 8 games.
Montel is blown because the boys win 12 games.
And one of y'all linemen get hurt.
Well, honestly, that's Tyrone got hurt last year.
I was about to say, y'all, no, y'all got depth among the O line. Y'all don't really have depth in too many other positions. You just want to be honest.
I mean, when you got a good old line, you gotta have some good replacements. You know what I'm saying? No drop off. So we got some. We'll be out.
Hey, who that boy that Eric was talking about? That backup from Doug Free, who ain't playing 2 years.
Chaz Green.
He said, yeah,
First
Chaz
of
Green
all,
said he was a
Chaz
dog.
Green sucked in college.
Hey man, Eric had hope for the boy, bro. What you talking
Y'all,
about?
didn't y'all say Eric is delusional?
Yeah, he's definitely
I'll be
delusional.
agreeing with y'all, bro. I only like defending Eric sometimes because he be blowing me. I be like, young, just stop talking, bro.
That's unfortunate, especially if Eric is listening to this. I want to apologize, Eric, because I didn't go that hard, man. I
Eric,
consider
you my
you
boy.
I consider you a good friend, man. You do wander off when you talk about the Cowboys sometimes, but it
Eric
happens,
listens to
man. It
them
happens.
Cowboys
It's it's
blogs
it's,
too
it's part of
much.
Cowboys Nation. That's what it
He
is.
listens to them blogs. I don't got time for it, bro. He was in the blog during the draft, bro. They was slicing stuff. I was like, bro, y'all stupid. But
Eric was in the blog.
yeah, bro, he was like, so they talking about this boy in the blog, bro. He probably tell you. I was like, who? What you talking about?
Oh man. All right, so look, let me ask y'all this, bruh. Have y'all took a look at the schedule? Like really dissected it, or did y'all just look at the opponents that y'all played?
Timing. Well, I feel like we only got 2 easy games this year, but they not even that easy because we gotta go against I think the Rams. They're easy.
That's easy.
Cause I think the Giants and the Eagles have the most difficult schedules, and we'll wrap it up soon.
It's
I
bad.
know we've been
It's
we've been
bad.
rapping for a little minute, but I think the Giants and the Eagles have the most difficult schedules. And 9-7 it's a fair assessment. But at the same time, I do think at one point y'all have 3 road trips at the end of y'all season. I believe. I think this is the Eagles, and where I think two of them are West Coast.
Yeah, I can speak to that right now. I have it right now. So the first 2 games are on the road.
If it's not y'all, then it's the Giants that I'm thinking of.
You
But
just
go
Oh
ahead.
asking
yeah,
strictly on the NFC East?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. First 2 games on the road. Redskins and at the Chiefs. Pretty tough games. And then the third game is at home against the Giants. That 3 game stretch is pretty tough already. Then later on, about week 14, played at the Seahawks, which is it's
Yeah.
always tough playing. There. Play at the Rams, which they're not one of the
All right.
stronger
Yeah.
teams,
It was y'all. Definitely
and then
y'all.
at the Giants, and then even coming back home, we play the Raiders, which is definitely a playoff team, and then home against the Cowboys, which should be an easy win.
Yeah, because we resting players like we did last year, right?
It's true.
It's
All right.
true.
No, it's not true, Thomas. It's not true. So yeah, man. I think like looking at the schedule itself, I can't remember because I wrote on the NFC East schedule a couple weeks ago, and I think that the Redskins had the most favorable schedule in terms of how it was laid out. Um, we didn't have a back-to-back road game or a home game until late in the year. And I think that benefited us. And then our schedules laid out in terms of like prime times. We didn't have a short week the following week after a prime time game. And things were laid out for us in terms of the timing was real well, and it could help benefit our players in terms of getting healthy and recovering from a week's game. So I was just trying to see if you guys dissected the schedule because that is pretty important to see how quick y'all are playing games, the turnarounds, and who y'all play on the road and when y'all play them. Matter of fact, Ryan, have you actually looked at the schedule like that, or you was just going off the opponents that y'all
No,
played?
I definitely look at the schedule. We also have those two West Coast games too. I think we got to go down to Arizona and play them, and I think we also have San Fran as well. And I also think the bye week. We got last year we got our bye week late, like around week 13 or something like that. But this year we got the bye week right at the midway point, week 8, and
Okay.
I think that'll be a good little time for us to regroup and have the back 8 to strive to go push for the playoffs. And I think it's a good time right there. I think I like the bye week and everything like that.
Okay, and Montel and Nick, we'll get y'all take on that because I know Thomas and Ryan answered. Nick, did you take a look at it too like that, or
Um,
you just went off your
I
opponents?
went off the opponents, man. I know we got a quick turnaround versus I think it's the Chargers. We played Philly like Sunday night, I think, and then we played Thanksgiving 4:25 as always. Um, but I feel like that's BS for real. How we gonna play Sunday night and then turn around, catch a flight?
Nick, look, I don't care. We don't care. Okay, like we don't care.
That's cool, bro.
We don't care about Dallas
That's
problems.
cool. That's cool. That's what's up. Hey, how y'all feel about playing on Thanksgiving, man? Y'all got a prime time game, Thanksgiving, eat some turkey. What's up, man? Y'all good? I feel good. Y'all like
I don't feel good about that game. In particular, I don't think we're gonna win the first matchup with the Giants, and I don't think we're gonna win it at home. Unfortunately, I just don't like the way it plays out. Like I mean, when we all know, everybody who's listening to this, we all know when the season starts, all the stories, the narratives about certain teams will change. The perspective on teams will change. There will be a surprise team that's good, and then there will be a surprise team that's bad. But I mean, right now, just going off last year and the all season moves, I don't really see us winning at home against the Giants. We may win the road game in the finale, but I don't see us winning at home, honestly.
I mean, the Giants could turn around and be that surprise team that beat some shit for real.
I doubt it.
I
I
doubt it
doubt it,
too,
honestly.
but you never know with Eli, bro. This might see this rookie come in and he ain't good, so he
Eli.
might be better than Eli though. But we don't know. Eli, the past couple years, he's some shit.
Nah, I really don't like that matchup of Odell Beckham against anybody on the Redskins defense, even Josh Norman.
Marshall, I got Joe Norman, bro.
Josh Norman gave him. I mean, not Josh Norman. Odell gave Josh Norman fits last
Yeah, I
year.
was just getting ready to say I don't like Odell against any one. Granted, no one can really
We
check him.
know. We
You
saw
know,
the
like
game.
yeah, nobody can check nobody can check him. But I don't like Odell against anybody. And now you add Brandon Marshall. I just don't have too much confidence in
And
that.
Sterling Shepard in the slot.
And the Skins are a team where if we're struggling to move the ball against a team, more than likely we lose that game because our offense is supposed to be our strength. And if they aren't getting it going against a defense like the Giants, I'm not sure how we win that game.
It's
So
very
no,
true.
I don't like
Very
that
true.
game, in all honesty. But I didn't look at the schedule like that. Me, I'm the type of guy I just look who's on the schedule. I look to see who we playing prime time, and I'm just like go out there and play. Granted, I know all those things matter, all of them play a factor. But when it's Sunday and it's time to shop with the pads, go out there and play. I don't care what the circumstances is. I don't care about if you had to travel out west. Throw on the pads and go play. This is what you get paid millions of dollars to do. That's just my opinion. Like I said, so I don't look at it.
Cardinals would be a bad team. Just let y'all know.
I'm telling
Um,
around.
I mean, that defense is litty, bro. I'm
Say they
sorry.
could easily turn it
That's.
around. Cardinals could easily
Cardinals
do
But
would
what they
I,
be
were
a
last year.
bad team,
They
bro.
can easily be a 10-6 win, 10-win team, 11-win team.
I don't know, bro. That 2015 championship game changed Carlson, bro. Changed it. It changed that man's life, bro.
I don't think it did. I think they just ran into a they kind of like Carolina. I think Carolina just had a bad season last year. I think they're both of them are talented teams. They're stacked with talent, both teams.
Carolina was bad because Jonathan Stewart was their starting running back.
I think you're sleep on Jonathan Stewart right now.
I felt like Jonathan Stewart. We gonna see. I feel like with the addition of the Wild Calf and Curtis Samuel.
Also, that's why you knock Jonathan Stewart to try to make McCaffrey seem like the second coming of Christ. Huh?
Nah, I'm just saying they
Christian McCaffrey.
I knew Montel was about
that
to
will
say
be a
something.
lot better. He'll be a lot better with the Wild Calf back there. Jonathan
So,
Stewart, he's straight, but he just fat. He's not as he don't
do you
got that.
watch football?
I watched the Carolina Panthers and
Just
I
saying.
watched Jonathan Stewart.
I play Madden.
I watched Jonathan Stewart crab walk to the line of scrimmage, bro.
This man said he crab walked to the line of scrimmage.
If you put a
All right,
donut in the
man.
end zone, he might be a little bit better, bro. But he lost it.
All right, man. Well, we'll leave it at that. I wanna thank my boys Thomas and Snickolas for coming
No
on.
doubt.
We appreciate y'all giving y'all opinions on y'all squads, bro. We needed that perspective from the fan base and see what y'all was thinking. Uh, I don't think I don't like the Cowboys still. I don't like the Eagles still for obvious reasons. I don't respect them. I don't like most of y'all fans. We just have to get that out there. This is a fan podcast, so we got to keep it real. I don't like them. But y'all my boys, man, and and y'all cool peoples, bruh. Y'all just happen to root for the wrong teams. That's all it is.
All it is.
Yeah, bruh. So I want to thank y'all for coming on, man. And if y'all got any social media y'all want to plug in, go ahead and get that out the way right quick before we go ahead to part.
Yeah, y'all can follow me, Tom Teasin, on Instagram. So I'm on TomTeezin.
Okay, cool, dog. What up,
What's
Nick?
up, y'all? Follow your boy on Twitter _Booby Miles is _BOOBIMILES. Also, go Jacksonville, go win the division for me.
Petty, man.
Had nothing to
Just
do with the
know,
East.
hey, just know Ryan just sitting here looking at the screen
Got the
sober.
straight.
He not falling for Nick, but he tired of him. He tired of him, man.
So,
But
And
but look, bro. I would like to plug my man Montel, but he just don't got social media. I don't know why. He's a caveman in this social media world. But I'm trying to get him or Ryan to finally put their fingers on the keyboard, man, and get the writing, bro. I know they got some talent that they holding back on, but we'll get to that, man. Hopefully we get their workout on the hog style, moving forward. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for listening, man, and obviously, hopefully, you enjoyed the episode and some good NFC East and AFC South talk. We like thank y'all for listening and catch y'all later, man. Peace.